Confidence isn't loud. It isn't a performance. It's the quiet weight someone carries when they know exactly who they are. And don't need the world to agree. You feel it before they speak. You notice it before you understand why. It's not about muscles, money, or charm. It's something deeper. Something women sense instantly, even if they could never explain it. It begins in the way he exists. He moves with that steady calmness, like he's not in a hurry to impress. But he's also not hiding from anything. He listens more than he talks. He watches the room, not because he needs control, but because he's comfortable letting things unfold. There's nothing frantic about him. Nothing trying too hard. He gives off the feeling that he'll be the same person tomorrow, next week, next year. Predictable in the best way, consistent. Unpredictable in the most dangerous way, unshakable. Women feel safe around men like that. Not because he protects them, though he would. But because he protects his own energy first. He has boundaries, but he doesn't brag about them. He knows when to walk away, but he doesn't make a scene. If something disrupts his peace, he simply withdraws. Quietly. Decisively. And that silence is magnetic. He doesn't chase attention, yet attention slowly turns toward him. He speaks softly, and everyone listens harder. He isn't competing with anyone, and somehow he keeps winning without trying. There's a gravity to him. A pull you can't escape. Women don't fall for him because he's perfect. They fall because he's present. He pays attention, not in a needy way, but with a focused curiosity. When he looks at someone, they feel seen. When he talks, he makes it feel like there's nowhere else he needs to be. That kind of presence is rare. And everything rare becomes valuable. He handles conflict with an unsettling stillness. Not cold, not distant, just controlled. His emotions don't leak out the moment he feels them. He holds them, examines them, lets them settle before reacting. It's not suppression. It's strength. Strength she can feel when she's close to him. Strength she can feel when he's not even looking at her. He values himself in quiet ways, the way he dresses. The way he maintains his space. The way he cares for his mind as much as his body. He doesn't need validation to feel worthy. He doesn't need agreement to feel right. He doesn't need someone else to feel complete. He chooses connection because he wants it, not because he needs it. And that choice, that freedom, is dangerously attractive. Women don't desire him because he seeks them. They desire him because he chooses them, selectively. Thoughtfully, intentionally. He makes you wonder what's going on inside his mind. Why he seems so calm. Why he doesn't crumble under pressure. Why he never competes, yet always stands out. He feels like a secret you want to unravel. A mystery you want to solve. A man who doesn't try to be desired. And somehow becomes unforgettable. You ever notice how a truly confident man never rushes to prove himself? There's something almost unsettling about it. Like he knows a truth the rest of the world hasn't caught up to yet. He doesn't chase attention. Doesn't scramble for approval. Doesn't bend himself into shapes to be chosen. And that calm. That quiet, unshakable certainty. It pulls women in without a single word. It's not arrogance. It's the absence of desperation. Because when a man stops seeking permission to exist, everything about him shifts. His voice drops into something slower, smoother. His presence becomes heavier, steadier. Something that fills a room without announcing itself. You feel it before he speaks. You feel it even more when he doesn't. Women are drawn to that. Not because it's loud, but because it's rare. Real confidence isn't a performance. It doesn't need to be displayed like a trophy. It's something that breathes under the surface. Something that can be felt in the pauses. The silences, the moments between words. It's the kind of energy that makes a woman lean in. Without realizing she's doing it. Makes her wonder what he's thinking. Makes her want to be the one he chooses, even if he hasn't hinted at anything. And the irony is, he isn't trying. He isn't calculating or forcing or strategizing. He's just present. Fully. Completely. While everyone else is trying to be noticed. He's simply living in his own rhythm. And that rhythm, that self-contained gravity, it hits something deep in the female mind. A mix of curiosity and comfort, safety and thrill. A pull that feels both grounding and intoxicating. It shows up in the smallest things. The way he listens without interrupting. The way he holds eye contact just a second longer than expected. The way he moves slowly, like nothing in the world can push him out of his center. The way he walks into a room like he belongs there, without needing to dominate it. Women don't just see it. They feel it. They feel it in their stomach, in their chest. In that quiet place where desire whispers before it speaks. And what they feel most is this: he's not afraid to lose anyone. Not because he doesn't care, but because he refuses to cling. He chooses connection, but he doesn't collapse into it. He opens himself, but he doesn't lose himself. He lets things unfold instead of forcing them. That's the mindset that drives women wild, because it creates a tension. A mystery, a sense of, I want to know him. And I want him to choose me. A man who carries himself like that doesn't need to chase. His energy does the work for him. And the more he stays rooted in that calm, that presence, that internal certainty, the more everything around him begins to move toward him. Even the one woman he hasn't said a word to yet. You notice something shifting. When a man carries a confidence that doesn't need an audience. It's quiet, but unmistakable. A presence that doesn't need to be announced, because it's already felt. Not loud, not aggressive, just there. Like gravity. And the moment she feels it, she leans in without realizing she's doing it. It pulls her in softly, the way a whisper is sometimes more commanding than a shout. Because real confidence, it doesn't try. It simply exists. She watches the way he moves, unhurried, almost like time bends around his pace. He isn't in competition with the room. He isn't reacting to the energy around him. He is setting it. There's something magnetic about a man who takes up emotional space without taking it away from anyone else. A man who listens long enough to understand, speaks only when he means it, and chooses his words like they're doorways, not weapons. And the more she notices this, the more she realizes she wants to step through. There's a depth to him that isn't loud or dramatic, but steady, like a deep river no one has ever fully mapped. She feels it in the pauses between his sentences. In the way he looks at her, not to judge, not to impress, but to actually see her. It's the kind of gaze that makes her feel like she's telling secrets without speaking. The kind that gives her chills she pretends not to notice. And the strange thing is, he's not doing anything special. He's just not running away from himself. Women feel the difference instantly. The difference between a man who performs confidence and a man who wears it like skin. The first exhausts her. The second calms her. The first tries to win her. The second makes her want to win him. Because he is not predictable. Not emotionally exposed, but not closed either. His mystery is not a game, it's a natural result of a man who has learned to protect his inner world. Not because he fears losing it, but because he knows its value. And somewhere inside her, something wakes up. She starts noticing the little details, the way he says her name. Slow and firm, like he's anchoring it somewhere deep in the air. The way he pauses before answering, making her wait just long enough to feel the moment stretch. The way he never breaks himself to make someone more comfortable, yet somehow makes everyone around him feel safer. It shouldn't be this attractive. But it is. Because confidence at this level whispers something she can't ignore. I don't need you. But I choose you. That sentence, unspoken but felt, is enough to make her heart pound a little harder. Her breath catch in her throat. Her mind replay the moment long after he's left the room. And when she lies awake at night, wondering why she can't stop thinking about him, she eventually understands. He never tried to impress her. He never tried to convince her. He simply existed in a way that made her want to rise to meet him. And that drives her wild.